In Bangladesh, the much-lauded Nobel Laureate Muhammad Yunus is facing growing criticism for allegedly turning his interim administration into an unelected regime with no exit plan. After nearly 10 months in power, Yunus has now announced that national elections will be held in April 2026. But the timeline has only deepened suspicions and his motives. Major political forces, including the Bangladesh National Party and even the military, have rejected the delay, calling instead for immediate inclusive polls. As opposition grows and tensions rise, critics warn that Yunus' administration may be steering the country toward authoritarianism. Muhammad Yunus, the interim head of Bangladesh's government, promised a quick return to democracy when he assumed power following the ouster of Sheikh Hasina's administration. But nearly a year later, Yunus has been accused of delaying elections, centralizing power and excluding key political players, casting doubt on his credibility and intentions. The latest announcement setting national elections for April 2026 has triggered a political storm. Far from calming critiques, the move has united strange bedfellows, the Bangladesh National Party and the army, in their demand for elections to be held by the end of this year.
Muhammad Yunus, ever since being appointed as an interim advisor, he laid out a laundry list of reforms before elections could be held. His list of reforms included constitutional reforms, electoral reforms, financial reforms, media reforms, and then election would be held. If you go by that laundry list, it may take, maybe dozens of years before Bangladesh can hold an election. But there is pressure, political pressure from the opposition party, which is now the dominant political force perhaps in Bangladesh. They want to have an election and be in power. But Yunus is postponing it for his own reasons. Even now when he says it's April, I think all stakeholders in Bangladesh will not be happy because many people in Bangladesh, I think, want elections immediate for a democracy in their own sense, whatever it be. So Yunus, I think, will run into more difficulties by announcing again that elections are delayed up till April, whereas people were saying, in the army is saying by December. So there is some uphill challenges for Yunus ahead.
Yunus argues that reforms are essential before elections can be held, citing the need for constitutional, electoral and judicial overhauls. 6 commissions have reportedly submitted their reports, but the so-called national consensus remains elusive, especially with the Awami League banned from the process. The exclusion of the Awami League, with its leadership in exile and cadres under pressure at home, has raised alarm bells across the political spectrum. The party that once led the nation to independence now finds itself erased from official narratives, even from the currency notes and historical texts.
It is one of the proof how fascist this government is. You know that Bangladesh Awami League, it is the creator of Bangladesh actually. It lead the independence movement, democratic movement, movement against the military rulers, and you know that other than the 15 years of military rule, more than 80% times Bangladesh Awami League is elected by the people of Bangladesh. So it represented the majority people of the Bangladesh. You know that Bangladesh experienced economic transformation by this political party. Our every sort of, whether it is human index, millennium development goals, sustainable development goals, per capita income, GDP, reserve, you know that the youth employment, job security, industrialization. In every cases, Bangladesh Awami League played the role, and Bangladesh Awami League, you know that it believes in the core values of the liberation war, which is, you know, that the democracy, which is a fight against discrimination, secularism, liberal democratic values. These are the principles of Bangladesh Awami League. And by banning this party, this government is unmasking itself that this is actually fascist regime.
According to Saddam Hussein, president of the Bangladesh Student League, the resurgence of fundamentalist networks in Bangladesh is a growing threat that cannot be ignored. He warns that these groups, with suspected covert ties to international terrorist organizations, view the Awami League as a key obstacle to their radical agenda. Saddam also points to an increasingly alarming trend where the space for dissent is shrinking, civil liberties are being curtailed, and opposition voices are systematically targeted. These developments, he says, signal a dangerous slide toward political repression and democratic backsliding in the country.
Election is not priority of this government actually. This is just a state-sponsored drama. Just by they will use this for their own purpose actually, because they banned Bangladesh Awami League. Bangladesh holds all sort of fascist characteristics. There is no chance of the people have their own choices. So the election is a first. I think the election is. If you are saying about election, you are banning another political parties, and if you see the current situation in Bangladesh, as per the report of Human Rights Watch, more than 350,000 people has been arrested and took to the prison in last 10 months. In last month, in every day, more than 1,500 people got arrested and had been taken to the prison. So this is the actual scenario, and I think Bangladesh, the people of Bangladesh, they are waiting for the people's representative. They are waiting for the constitutional rule. They are waiting for the democratic representative to govern the country. So if that considering the current context, if you are saying that you are going to do elections and it is without Awami League, it is actually an omelette without egg, or you are staging the famous drama of Shakespeare, Hamlet, without the Prince of Denmark actually.
Meanwhile, the Jamaat-e-Islami, once condemned for siding with the Pakistani army during the 1971 genocide, is quietly making a comeback. Stripped of its political registration in 2013, the party now finds itself resuscitated under the Yunus administration, with key convictions overturned and electoral ambitions reignited. Even more troubling is the trial of Sheikh Hasina, set to be conducted in absentia. She faces charges ranging from corruption to crimes against humanity in a court system previously derided for conducting politicized trials. The irony is unmistakable. The very court used to convict Jamaat leaders under her rule is now prosecuting her under Yunus. As the April 2026 deadline approaches, questions remain unanswered. Will free and fair elections truly take place? And is the current path leading Bangladesh closer to democracy or deeper into division?